Good morning, guys. Wanted to hop on here and show you what my yard looks like. I redid the fescue last year and overseeded and fertilized it and stuff. So I just wanted to let you guys know how good it's looking right now. Um, I fertilized it, put some aerate down, and just want to show you how good it looks. Yeah, right. Never mind. Anyway, guys, I'm just messing. This is what I had, all that ryegrass left over last year on the yard that's next to me. I put it out. Of course, it didn't do anything. So this is my fescue. Let me go ahead and just take this shot so I can have it for thumbnail. But this is the second cut. Now, what sucks is a tree beside of me had a bunch of leaves in my ditch, and I didn't think it had did anything, and this right here was really thick, so all that killed out. So that'll probably end up filling in with weeds I'll have to kill out and plant some more seed. But this is the second cut this year, and you see all these spots here, it's like a lime green. All that's POA. I didn't put any tenacity down last year in the fall, like a pre-emergent, so I had some of that come back. And I'm not going to worry with spraying it. It'll go away when it gets warm, kind of like any ryegrass. Still trying to figure out what I can do with this edge right here, because it's just, I can't keep a clean edge on it. The asphalt is peeling away. But I'm satisfied with the way the yard looks. I don't think it looks any different, now than it did when I put 50 pounds of seed on it last year. I put 10 pounds per thousand, kind of like I was, starting with bare dirt. This section here has still not came in. I had a tree here and I had it cut down a couple years ago. I got all the crap out of it after I had the stump ground up, filled it in with good dirt, leveled it off, peat mossed it, fertilized it, seeded, all of the stuff that I did to the rest of the yard. But it's just bare. I'm happy with the way my yard looks because my trailer sat in this spot where this tree was. It sat here for a week or two while we were working on the house. I had people driving in through here to the back of the house, pulling in here, pulling in there. So, for the yard to look as good as it does, once we were, everybody knows how I am with my yard, and I want it to look nice, so people would be like, well, can we pull in the yard? And I'm like, yeah, just pull in it. If it messes up, I'll fix it. So we got an AC unit we didn't have, so I'll end up having to do some kind of landscaping around this. I don't know if we'll just kind of stop the block there or if we'll carry it around through here. We had 5 azaleas down through here. This one was where the fire was in that room, and it got pretty zapped, but it is turning green. These other 2 azaleas are grown out, so they look good. But of course, if you've seen the videos last year, you've seen all the Bermuda that I had in this area, which you can see it brown still. And I guess you just got to live with it, unless you just kill the whole yard out again. But my thing this year is to stay on top of the watering, so I don't have any issues with it. It seems like it dries out every year and turns brown. I love how green it is in the spring, and I know if I can keep it watered, it'll stay that way throughout the summer, and that's just going to be on me. So, just a quick background on this. If you look back a few years ago, I renovated this yard. I completely killed everything, scalped it, put down GCI turf type tall fescue. It came in great, looked great. The summer came, a lot of it burned up. I overseeded the next year with GCI turf, kind of like it is now. In the spring it looked pretty good. As soon as the heat came, it burned up. So last year I used a local company, and I'm pretty sure it was a Lesco seed, and it was a transition zone mix. And like I said, I you know, I could probably go back and look at the videos from last year and kind of compare them once, you know, everything turns green, but I just don't really see that it did anything. Now, one thing that I am going to get away from, and I don't care how much science is behind it and what the videos show, I'm not going to use the aerate anymore. And I'm sure there may be some of the, if there's anybody that knows lawns, be like, yeah, you know, you shouldn't have been using it anyway. But if you got a hard packed spot and you roll over it and you pull them plugs and those seeds go down in the ground, I mean, I would say more than likely 10 times out of 10 they're going to grow. But if this is never pulled up, it's never opened up, and the seed to get down to it, it's never going to happen. And I think that's what the issue is here, which this is my yard, so I'm really particular about it. I was spraying this past week with my customers' yards, and when I went down, you know, it's like I walked this way. Just imagine if this was a customer's yard. I walked this way down to the power pole, and then I turned and went back up this way. And when I looked down, it was like night and day difference from the yard that I treat and the neighbor's yard. So I was really really excited about that because it looked really good. And it's a yard that we've been overseeding for like 2 or 3 years. We never renovated it, we just been overseeding it. And I think this year, when I actually get a core aerator out here on them, I think they're going to fill in and it'd be even better. And my hope is all that Bermuda, I'll have a thick enough, you know, stand of grass that, you know, it'll just kind of choke it out. And if not, I'll just try to get some kind of herbicide for it. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you what the yard looks like. I cut it last week, just barely nipped it a little bit. I was itching to get on the mower and mow, and just come back out today. So yeah, that's the yard. And appreciate you watching. Like I said, over here I had some ryegrass left over, and I put a ton of ryegrass out here and a ton of aerate that I had left over, and there was something else I had. And of course you can see, I mean, it didn't do anything, which this was just bare. I pull in here, so I don't expect nothing, but this was just all bare, and I just wanted to see what it would do. I didn't have any use for the rye, so I just wanted to get rid of it. But again, I felt like if I was to come through and really dug that up with a core aerator, I would have had some pretty good results. But yeah, guys, this is just what I got going on right now. And just check back. We sprayed our first round of fertilizer this year. You know, I'm still using Green Punch from Green County Fertilizers, and I mean, you can see I get good results from it. But the issue I have is every 2 yards I spray, I get all these chunks and flakes in it. And I talked to a rep there, and he sent me a new Green Punch last year, and you know, thought it may have been because I had stored it in the cold. And you know, I thought, well, maybe that could have been it, but I don't think it is, because I had more that I had to spray this year. They shipped it to me, you know, just a couple weeks ago, and I still had flakes. It hadn't been sitting out in the 20 and 30 degree weather, you know, outside. It had been climate controlled. So I think more than likely I may try to find some kind of different liquid fertilizer. But you know, this is what I got going on right now, and even though I'm particular, I'm pretty pleased with it. Besides this patches of bare right here, and then like the patches of POA, and that's just my laziness last year. Next year I'll end up for sure pre-treating, or not pre-treating, I'm thinking concrete, but putting a pre-emergent down in the fall to try to stop that. So that's my time for today. Thanks for watching.